In the previous video, we discussed the concept of prediction and saw how it's a daily thing in our lives. An important part to note here is, unless we state our predictions correctly, we will end up with a lot of trouble. For instance, the decisions based on this prediction could become faulty, which is why knowing the way to express predictions is very important. We'll look at that in the next video. In the previous video, we also discussed how to make predictions with different levels of confidence. We saw 3 levels: 100%, 50%, and 0%. In this video, we're going to look at some of those in-between levels of confidence. Hi there, welcome back to TELW, the English Workshop, with me, Manu. This channel is dedicated to support you in improving your English skills and make you fluent, confident, and comfortable with English. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so that you're notified the moment I release my video lessons. Now let's hit the road. We saw that on a scale between definitely and definitely not, there were a few different levels of confidence, reducing from definitely to definitely not. And maybe is right in the middle at 50%. We saw the different ways of saying maybe, the synonyms of maybe, as well as the synonyms of definitely and definitely not. So if you haven't watched that video, if you've forgotten that, then watch that video once again. The description shows the link. It's also here on top. Let's start with the first one. If you are this confident, see right here, what can you say? I'll say probably. It means not 100%, but less than that. Let's put it at 80%. So if I say, he'll probably get a 98 in math, I'm saying I'm 80% confident that he'll get a 98 in math. I mean, I've got that 20% problem because he's an idiot and he makes some careless mistakes. But I'm 80% confident he'll get it. Instead of probably, I can also use likely, surely. All right, surely. Remember, we spoke about surely in the previous video where we used that to show one level of confidence. Here, we are using surely, the same surely, to show a different level of confidence. But the difference can be understood. We'll see how. Let's start with likely. I can easily say, he'll likely get a 98 in math. Now, in the first two cases, probably and likely, note the way these words are placed. He'll probably get is the action word. Probably is the word that defines the level of confidence, and that is just before the action word. He'll probably get. He'll likely get. That is the natural place of these words. These words are called the adverbs. They're just before the word they qualify. Now, surely is an exception. So, when I said surely in the previous one, I meant 100% confident. But here, I'm going to place it differently. I'm going to place it before the sentence. So I'll say, surely he'll get a 98 in math. It means I am confident he'll get a 98 in math, but I'm trying to get a confirmation from you as the listener. That is surely. So I'm not 100% confident when I say this. That's why I put it at that 80% level. Same as with probably and likely. Second one, if you are here, you say perhaps. Now, quite a few people say perhaps is same as maybe at 50%. Now, I'm not disputing that. These words don't have any relationship with the percentages. So, if somebody wants to say perhaps is same as 50-50, great. And mine is not very far from 50-50. All I'm saying is it's a bit more than 50-50. I'm just refining it and saying, well, it's not half and half. It's a little more than that. I'm a bit more confident than half and half. So I put perhaps a bit above the 50% mark, and that's also equally valid. How do I say that? The petrol prices will perhaps increase by 5% this month. So it's not just 50-50. I think I'm a little more confident than that. Well, it perhaps increase a little more confident than 50-50. I'm not just iffy. Notice one thing. This is your feeling of confidence. This is not nuclear physics. If you're feeling more than iffy, use perhaps. The listener will understand it. Number 3, if it's here, then you say might. So I'll say, we might get a vaccine for the coronavirus in April 2021. We might get. Now the position again, get is the action word, might is the adverb placed just before the action word get. We might get a vaccine by 2021. Also note the way I raised my pitch a little on might. We might get a vaccine. So I'm saying, all right, I'm not very confident, but still, okay, there is a maybe 25% chance that we'll get the vaccine by April 2021. Number 4, if your level of confidence is here, what do you say? We'll say possibly. Notice probably on top, closer to definitely. Here, possibly is closer to definitely not. Exact same position in the opposite ends of that spectrum. It means a very small chance, a very small probability that my statement is correct. If I say, we'll possibly get a vaccine for coronavirus by December 2020, I'm saying there is a small chance, a very small chance that we'll get the vaccine. A very small chance. Possibly. Not very big. Possibly. Another way of saying possibly is unlikely, but there is a distinction here, and this is very important. Grammatically speaking again, possibly is just before the word get. The verb, action word, get, the adverb, possibly, so possibly get. It follows the rule of the adverb placement. Unlikely also says, we are unlikely to get a vaccine against the coronavirus by December 2020. What does that mean? It means, again, small percentage of confidence, but there's a difference between these two. When I say, we'll possibly get, I'm saying, yeah, there is a hope. Albeit small, there is a hope. But here I'm saying, it is small, and there is a hope, but the hope is dying. There, the hope is not dying. There I'm optimistic. Here I'm pessimistic. We are unlikely to get it, so don't set store by that. Now here's what I want you to do. Make some predictions. Take one topic, make some predictions on that using these different levels of confidence. Give it to me in that comments below. But I'll give you an example on this. This is related to the coronavirus. Let's take a look at that. It'll flash on the screen, so I'll speak and you can read as well. Let's start. I think the coronavirus will definitely come back once more in the second week of December. We'll probably have a vaccine by September 2021. Maybe it'll be a 2-dose vaccine to be taken a month apart. The total deaths from the coronavirus might touch the 1 million mark by the time the vaccine's released. We'll possibly see another bout of the virus attack in 2022, which will probably be a mild one. And finally, we'll definitely not see this virus completely destroyed in the near future. If you like this video, hit the like button and share it with your friends as well. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Until then.